Are you an employer or manager of a rapidly growing business? Are you an at-home feckless moron with his parents urging you to get out of the house finally and get a job? For both of you, we have a solution. Call shit recruiters. If you're a feckless, lazy bum that just needs some quick pay, or the owner or manager of this quickly expanding business that needs an unqualified person just to throw a body at a job so his client thinks he gives a shit, we have the manpower for you. Just dial 1-888-555-SHIT and we will get you the person you need to throw at that job so the client thinks you give a shit. So, call shit recruiters. I repeat, shit recruiters. 555-SHIT. 888-555-SHIT.
Like a Hellcat.
Hello, everybody. It is May 15th, 2019. You see the Democratic Party flailing on the floor, flapping their arms and legs, crying, lamenting. They don't know what to do because Donald Trump wins at every turn. He said he wins, and he is winning, and our country is winning. And to be honest with you, I like winning. So, what they are trying to do is, being that in reality they have nothing that they can use against Donald Trump, yet they're looking for ways to paint him as some kind of criminal, some kind of authoritarian, some kind of tyrant dictator. That's why right now, every leftist news station you see, what do you hear? Donald Trump's causing a constitutional crisis. He's causing a constitutional crisis. Now, in reality, our Congress is out of control. There was 4 investigations, I believe, from the House, the Senate, the FBI, and now the Department of Justice, that said Donald Trump and his campaign did nothing wrong as far as working with Russians to get unfair advantage in the election. Russians have actually admitted, and they had found out, that the Russians didn't care who won. They didn't care whose side they were falling on. All they wanted to do was run general interference and create chaos in our elections. Now, being that Hillary Clinton in her campaign did such a piss-poor job with cybersecurity, with John Podesta making his password, and putting servers in the toilets of little stores, or wherever they put the damn servers, which they said everybody was looking at. They said there was at least 6 countries looking at them, and I can imagine what the 6 countries were, including China, Iran, Pakistan maybe. You know, it's ridiculous. North Korea, there's another one here, just 4 right off the bat. And she had no energy. She had no stamina. She missed states that she should have went to, thinking she had them in a bag. Donald Trump crisscrossed this country like gangbusters. And you just look at the rallies. She couldn't fill up a high school gymnasium half the time. Donald Trump was damn near filling up, not stadiums, maybe arenas. Pretty big venues. I heard he's got as many as 30,000 people in some of these venues. Standing room only. People can't get in. And she's sitting there with the gall to say somebody stole the election? Donald Trump stole the election? You're a piece of shit, lady. Nobody was gonna fucking vote for you. Well, you did get the popular vote, but I do doubt that was legitimate. Because if you look at who gives the popular vote, it's every corrupt friggin' county district in the country. All the leftist strongholds. Big cities. Where they pack in the morons. Well, anyway, with 2020 coming up, I'm listening to these leftist goofballs, and almost to the man, to the woman, to the moron. They sit there talking about how they're going to use executive actions to thwart our Constitution, to save our democracy. First of all, any candidate that talks about our democracy isn't worth their weight in shit, because we're not a democracy. When you start talking about what you're going to do for the fucking republic, then maybe I'll put an ear towards you. Other than that, you go fuck yourself, because I do not live in a democracy. Anyway, let me get back to Trump. See, I'm getting carried away again, because fucking these idiots drive me crazy. So they're going to look to try to paint Trump as some kind of bad guy with a constitutional crisis. Now, the only constitutional crisis I see is Congress can't leave well enough alone. Nothing happened. They want to keep investigating. Yet, when they say, oh, you know what, we think Joe Biden did something bad in the Ukraine to help his son out, because the company he was working for and heavily invested in, I believe, was being investigated. And he used his power as vice president to lean on the government of the Ukraine to fire the attorney general of that country, to get somebody that would not look at the company that his son is running or heavily involved in. Now, when we bring that up, that should be investigated. Oh, there's no proof. There's, that's just blah, blah, hearsay, and there's no real evidence. Well, if you take it what the Democrats say, the thought popped up. Joe Biden's son, Joe Biden might have done something illegal to help his son out. Well, you know what? The idea is there. Evidence be damned. It's got to be investigated. What are you afraid of? What do you got to hide? Even though that's not how it fucking works. You don't just look at a person until you find a crime. A crime has to be suspected, and you got to have some evidence that this crime even exists before you investigate. 4 investigations said Donald Trump is clear to these charges, yet the Congress said that's not good enough. And I'll tell you what, I am sick and tired of these fucking idiots that are supposed to be our representatives. Our representatives. You're supposed to work with Donald Trump to get our country on track. You're not supposed to fight with him, try to get him arrested for bullshit. There's our constitutional crisis. The Congress is out of fucking control. You ought to be all brought up on charges for treason, malfeasance, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Well, anyway, you get to idiots like Cory Booker. Now, he's saying that he'll do a gun ban. I don't know how he's going to get a gun ban, but if people don't comply, he's going to send people, the armed forces or armed people to your house, and they'll SWAT team you, haul you away, take your weapons. Kamala Harris says she's got to sign an executive order to do away with the Second Amendment, or whatever she wants. I don't care. I don't think any amendment in our Bill of Rights and our Constitution can be touched with an executive order. The only way you can do it is through the amendment process. When you get two-thirds of the House, 2/3 of the Senate, and 3/4 of the states to agree on it, then yes, you have something. But until then, any jerk-off that tells you they're going to use the executive action to fuck with your liberties and keep calling this place a fucking democracy, you got a pile of shit running for president. And that's all I care about is my fucking liberty, our liberty. This is our fucking birthright they're fucking with. This is your children's birthright they're fucking with. Look at the mad censorship they're doing already on here. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care how much I can't stand what you stand for. And what a piece of shit I think you are. You got a right to stand there and fucking say it. And that's the same with Alex Jones. the fucking Laura Looper girl, or whatever the fuck her name is, and all these other people that they think they could just shadow ban and fucking deplatform. That's a fucking problem. Because it's gonna, you watch, they're gonna start trying to fuck with Donald Trump and get him kicked off the airways. Because now they're saying stupid shit like, oh, now that InfoWars is kicked off the air, off social media, Donald Trump's Twitter feed sounds like InfoWars. Well, maybe because InfoWars makes a little bit of fucking sense, jackwagons. Stupid fucks. The shit you spew. I hear the fucking news. All they do is try to scare the fucking morons to thinking Donald Trump is something he's not. I still haven't heard anything anti-Semitic or racist that he said. I'm still waiting. I listen to all the shit that he does. Fucking coward morons. You can't find yourself a candidate that's worth a shit. Each one is jumping over each other to the left trying to be the fucking bigger fucking idiot. Oh, yeah, the new Green Deal. We're gonna ban everything. You're gonna all walk around naked and live in a fucking house made of grass. But you're gonna have to let the grass grow to the proper height to make a house because you're not allowed to pick the grass out of the ground. Because that wouldn't be green. Fucking morons. Yeah, let's do away with all the cows. Let's do that. And what gets me is they keep talking about this climate change. And, well, you know what? Yes, I believe the climate changes. It has always changed. Remember, there was glaciers in America, halfway down the country. And I believe that's how the Grand Canyon was even made. Glaciers dragging glaciers, ripping the ground open. Where I live, I'm almost 20 miles inland from the Atlantic Ocean, and I got sandy soil. Want to know why I got sandy soil? Because where I live was under the fucking ocean at one time. So, the ocean's levels have gone down a lot. And who's to say that a cycle's coming that's going to deepen the oceans again? They try to make it sound like it's something that we could do. That's how arrogant these fucking leftists are. They think they're gods. They think if they do something like, we'll ban this and we'll ban that. No, all they want to do is tax you and restrict you and just make your life a living fucking hell. For God knows why. Well, I know why. They want power. The leftists want power and control over the people. For no other reason, just to have it. Just so they can say, ha ha, I told you you can't drive a car no more. Ha ha. I told you you have to live in the cities now. No more countryside for you. Ha ha. I took all your money so you can't do what we don't think you should be doing. You know what? Fuck you. You ought to be fucking shot and killed just for that. I'm sick of these fucking leftists. Tyrannical power is all they want. And I'm not going for it. And if you have half a fucking brain in your head, you're not going for it. Tell these leftists to go fuck themselves. And the best way to do that is get into that voting booth next year and pull that lever for anybody but somebody with a fucking D for dickhead motherfucking disaster in front of them. Because we will be hanging ourselves by our own fucking petard if we vote Democrat. And just one more thing, speaking of Democrat, I want to talk about this fucking piece of shit. The name is Brian K. Sims, Representative, 182nd District of Pennsylvania. This fucking cocksucker, and I mean it, cocksucker, likes to run around in front of Planned Parenthood and pick on teenage girls and little old ladies that are praying and giving out pamphlets to women, asking them, please don't abort that child, don't murder that child. And he sits there and tells them that they're fake Christians and how disgusting they are from telling women what they should do with their bodies, and they're not telling anybody anything. All they're doing is suggesting. See, people don't know that there's charities out there, especially Christian charities, that'll pay women a decent amount of money to bring that child to term so they can put it up for adoption properly. They don't want you to know that. They would rather you go to that fucking building and murder that child. Well, anyway, this fucking faggot-ass piece of shit, yeah, and I'll tell you what, he is a cocksucker because he is gay and he does take it in the ass. And you want to know what's disgusting? You tell these people they're disgusting for praying and asking women, please don't do this? I think it's more disgusting to take it in the fucking ass by another man. That's why his beard is so luxurious, because he gets washed in fucking cum all the time. And I'm telling you, I'm saying this because I know it's something that's going to hurt him. I don't care if you're gay. It doesn't mean shit to me. Just like Andrew Dice Clay said, you want to suck each other's cock and call yourself husband and wife? I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's not a concern of mine. But if you want to sit in a glass fucking house and throw stones, motherfucker, we could talk about who's fucking disgusting. I'll tell you what, not destroying God's creation and trying to not get people to destroy God's creation is way more Christian than sucking cock and taking it in the ass. So, Mr. Representative Brian K. Sims, go fuck yourself. And I'm sure if you could, we would never see you again. Alright. That's my little dig on that jerk off. Oh yeah, there was another thing. You can actually go on YouTube, type in his name, and you'll see the videos that he made himself of harassing these poor women. One single old lady, little old lady, and a couple of teenage girls. But also, if you look on YouTube, there's a voter in his district that had an issue with him. And he walked up to him and started, well, how come you're not doing nothing about that? Got in his face, and you know what? That little fucking bitch ran. He ran like a little fucking cunt. Yeah, you like to pick on old ladies and little girls, but when a man steps to you, you run like a fucking bitch. What a piece of shit you are. I don't know who the fuck elects a jerk off like that. And believe me, the halls of government are filled with fucking jerk-offs. And I'll tell you, some of the biggest ones rear their ugly head. All the time. Alright, everybody. I had enough of this shit. I said my piece. Go on YouTube and look at that fucking asshole. Brian K. Sims. 182nd District, Pennsylvania. I think it's somewhere in Philadelphia. Look at that piece of shit for all he's worth. Which is nothing. Alright, everybody. Have a good night. You know how it goes. Patriots, leftist jerk-offs. Only things you gotta know. Have a good one.